Hey, Intuitive Soul Tribe. Melissa, Intuitive Soul Coach here, excited to bring to you today's reading, which is for all of you healers out there, light workers, healers, caregivers. For those of you that have been guided to a higher calling of taking care of maybe someone in your life or taking care of the planet in whatever shape, form, or fashion that shows up for you, then there may be something here for you. As I was sitting in meditation earlier, Spirit said it's very important for those of you that are on this spiritual path to know that great things are coming towards you, especially if you have been struggling. Now, when I say healer or caregiver, this can be for your professional life. This can be for your personal life. It could be healing in the sense of taking care of elderly parents, taking care of children. This can be you healing yourself on that personal path. I mean, in an essence, we're all on a healing spiritual journey, but I do feel some of you have really been guided to open up a lot more than maybe you have in the past. This year is all about the healers and the light workers, and those of you that feel the need to change, heal, or shift the energy, there's a higher calling for you. So Spirit wants me to really dive in and get some messages for those of you that feel called to listen to this reading. Even if you're wondering, am I a healer? It doesn't mean that you have to be a doctor or a nurse or a psychiatrist or a counselor. You certainly could be a massage therapist. You, again, may have taken care of people in your life on a personal level. You may have had to take care of yourself your whole life as well. So let's just take a look and see what messages are coming through. I'm getting quite a few names. I know there's a lot of healers out there. A lot of you are attracted to the vibrations that this channel brings. Intuitive Soul Tribe here is because a lot of you are on this path of enlightenment. You're tuning into your intuition. You're raising your vibrations, and you are here for a reason. Oh, I just love these cards showing up for you. So right away here, we have belief system. This is what we're talking about here. Higher power, tuning into your limiting beliefs. For some of you, you may have some beliefs around your gifts. Recently, I've come into contact with quite a few people who've shut off those gifts from maybe a very young age. Perhaps you were not in a safe environment or space growing up for you to dive into those gifts. Perhaps people such as your parents, social conditioning, friends may have laughed at you, may have said, oh, that's just an imaginary friend, or may have had you shut down those gifts because it didn't align with the religion or the upbringing or the background here. I'm here to tell you, beautiful souls, that your gifts are very real. They're very needed, and they're required at this time in history here on earth. So really take a look at those belief systems that you do have around your healing abilities. It's time for you to shine that light. Take a look at maybe even reprogramming some of the conditionings or beliefs that you've had. Take a look at yourself from that higher perspective and really dive into your gifts that you have, even if you don't ever intend to use them on a professional level, which a lot of you really are. But this is about you opening up so you can even help the people around you, because when we heal the world. So belief system coming in strong for you. Now you do have flexibility. This is something that's showing up for a lot of light workers, a lot of healers around the world, is detours, changing the structure of how they do things, whether it's in their career, relationships, within their own health. Some of you have certainly been through some health issues. I'm getting here everything from minor to complete overhauls of near-death experiences as well. Maybe there have been cancer scares or full-on cancer diagnoses. There may have been endometriosis, there has been mental health, there's been surgeries, there has been situations where, beautiful souls, you may have questioned, how am I still alive? So a lot of you have been dealing with issues in the past that may be showing up or resurfacing because it's something for you to fully heal so you can embrace the gifts that you have here on earth. Now, you may be getting more into yoga practices as well. This is about you coming up with these new ideas A lot of you are channeling energy from spirit, channeling energy from light beings, channeling energy from God, goddess, whatever your higher power is, because you're leaning into that belief system. And a lot of times, sometimes we shut down those gifts because we feel like those belief systems may be a crutch, or they may be a sign of weaknesses. This is something that you're learning to overhaul, that you are your own power, but you're able to tap into the universal power because it's all one. And you're realizing that everything is interconnected here. This is about adaptability. Things are really going to shift in your world. If you've been called to a higher calling, there is a deep knowing within you that there's movement and change on the horizon. This is about you going with the flow. When you look here at this image, this picture, it looks like it's taken a little bit of time to get to that point. And at any given moment, that can kind of crumble down, right? But what happens is there's so many new opportunities out here for you. There's not just one way of doing things. So a lot of you are exploring those new opportunities in any area of your life that there's healing or change or transformation occurring. So stay flexible, adapt to some of these detours that are happening within your life. There's going to be big tower moments, I feel, on a global level that may impact a lot of you to create and manifest new change, but it's change for the better. It is a restructuring, like it says here, a reprogramming of the belief systems that we've once felt we had been aligned to. Everything is shifting. So the inner world is matching the outer world here. So remain flexible despite what's going on around you, because there's better change coming in. Now we also have intuition. Now a lot of you have the gift of clairvoyance, clairsentience. You may be empathic, you are a healer, but we all have the ability to tune into our intuition. And if you've been following my videos, I talk about 2023 being a 7-year in numerology, adding up all the numbers. And 7s are all about spirituality and intuition. The 7 is about inner awareness, wisdom, insight, and reflection. So this is the perfect time for you to go within. There are synchronicities for you, beautiful souls, that are happening left and right. Pay attention to the gut instincts. Use the tools that you have available through divination, through meditation. Some of you may be seeking out how to read tarot. You may be reading books on the law of attraction. You may be taking courses, classes, workshops, seminars in order for you to really get into alignment with what your intuition is saying. You're realizing that this fast-paced fight or flight energy is no longer working for you. Therefore, you're tuning into quieting the noise and saying to yourself, what can I do to create and manifest change in my life? So a lot of you are being guided. That voice within is getting louder and louder and louder. And it's something that you no longer can ignore. And 2023 is a peak time to create change in history, especially when it comes to all of you healers out there, all of you light workers. Even if you work in the corporate world, even if you're a grocery store bagger, maybe you may be saying, I'm not really a healer. You are. If you're being attracted and guided to this energy, there's something within you that is awakening within. Trust your intuition, because there's a lot more abundance, happier times, and just overall epiphanies and aha moments coming in for you. I really love that this gifts card is showing up. This is what we talked about in the beginning. This is about your spiritual gifts. You're being called to use them at this time, whatever those gifts are. Maybe you are a light worker who's been called to use your intuition to help other people get through their challenging times. Perhaps you're using your gifts to work with the elderly, work with children, create nonprofits. Maybe it is traveling across the world and vlogging your experiences so you can help inspire other people to live their best life. Perhaps you've been guided to open up your own massage or Reiki practice. For others of you, this is about using your gift of whatever those beautiful gifts are. We all have them. So some of you that may be saying, well, I don't really have gifts. I don't know how to tune into them. Quiet that noise. Quiet that fight or flight, that quick impulsivity that sometimes comes along with what's going on in the world. This is time for you to discover what they are. If you're unsure, it's a time for you to harness, for you to embrace. Now, this is about an attitude of gratitude as well. You may find that you are grateful for so much more in your life. Even if in the past, things have been you've had or accumulated the same things that you have now, I feel like there's more of an energy of gratitude coming in where you may say, I'm so grateful that I'm able to eat this. I'm so grateful I have a running vehicle. I'm so grateful to be able to crawl into this warm, comfortable bed at the end of the day. So you're looking around you and you're not only just grateful for the physical things that you have and the people around you as well, but you're looking at it from an internal perspective here and you're saying, wow, I am grateful for these gifts. I am grateful for my inner healing. I'm grateful for the challenges that I face because they've made me who I am today. I'm grateful for this spiritual and this soul journey. So again, you may have been focused on the physical or the external, but now what's happening is you're shifting from the inside out and it's starting to align. I really love this energy. This is about celebrating those gifts. This is about gifts coming in from the universe where some of you have struggled so much and whatever it is that you've been wanting to heal, wanting to bring to fruition is showing up for you in 2023. We also have inner child. Now, this is when we fully embrace and recognize those gifts that we have within. But sometimes, as mentioned in the beginning of your reading here, sometimes we lose that connection as we venture more and more through the physical world. We tend to meet new people. We get into relationships. We have pain. We have heartache, heartbreak. We have jobs. We have parenting. We have responsibilities. We tend to lose sight of that beautiful inner child, that energy of enthusiasm and excitement and innocence and laughter and magic, right? That's why so many children and people are gravitated towards the magical, towards that, I don't want to say fairy tale, but the reality that we can transfer into that dream state, that we can daydream about what it is that we want, that we're able to maybe even go back to what we wanted to do as a child. This is very important for you beautiful souls watching. Some of you are going to see that this year, you're manifesting in those gifts that you've had even since childhood are starting to be activated in the physical in 2023. There's more magic happening around you. This is about creating more fun, creating more joy. Some of you may even be surrounding yourselves with children in 2023, whether you work in childcare, you may be raising children, you may be healing from inner childhood traumas. For others of you, this is about reconnecting with that magic of the inner child and you celebrating. She's holding balloons too. So some of you may even be having a child this year as well, but you are a healer and you've deserved this happiness. You deserve to celebrate here all that you've achieved, all that you've accomplished in this lifetime. And there's so much more to come in here for you. Some of you felt like you've wanted to give up, that the healing journey has been so very difficult for you, but you are strong enough to live it, beautiful souls. You've come here to create a difference in not only your own life and to evolve, but to help others as well on their spiritual path, on their journey. Really wonderful. Now, some of you are also coming to the realization that you can only help those that want to be helped and healed. Now, that may have shown up in your relationships. There may have been dynamics where you felt like the mother or the father in a situation where it's supposed to be partnership or companionship, but someone was taking care of another. Someone may have had so much baggage, or someone may have had so much difficult situations that you felt compelled to help this person. But you are realizing now that you can only lead the horse to water. You cannot make that horse drink, right? So I feel that a lot of you are aligning with the energy of attracting the people that you can inspire, that you can help. And you may have been on that own journey yourself. Like I always say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So this is you. You've been doing the work. You've been maybe seeking out therapy, guidance, coaching, mentoring. You may have been seeing a healer, a psychic, an intuitive. So I feel that a lot of you have been doing that inner work. Now it's time to unleash free yourself from whatever it is that you've been attached to. Sometimes we get into relationships with lovers, with family members, with even our own children, where there's such a high attachment where we feel like we need to control, we need to manipulate the situation because we think we know what's best for that person, but really they're on their own soul's journey. So some of you really need to understand that, and you are this year as well. You're realizing again that you have to take care of you first, and that everyone is on their own path, and that you are that guiding light. And when a person is ready to finally see that light, they're going to come towards you here. And lastly here we have signs and symbols. This is about spirit communication. And like I said, with that 7-year 2023 really highlighted, we're going to see a lot of change in the world, in the economy. I mean, we already have been. I don't need to share this with you. I'm sure you're already well aware. But what also is happening, beautiful souls, is that spirit is communicating with us more so now than ever. Well, they always have been, but I feel like we're listening. We're awakening here. We're noticing the synchronicities, the signs, the numbers, the messages. We're paying attention to our dreams. We're paying attention to the ascended masters, the guides, the angelic realm, helpers, light beings that are helping us shift and transform the planet, because there is a call for healing here, and you are being called. So you may be seeing more signs and symbols than you ever have in your entire life, or you are aligning with that childlike energy of bringing that magic back in and utilizing that magic that's always been there. It's been there all along, but you're using it to your advantage. You're using, and that's not a selfish thing. It's not an ego center thing to share those gifts that you have and even ask for compensation for them. That is not ego centered. That is about reciprocity. It is about your worth. And we have this human experience where we've chose to have specific gifts to utilize in whatever way, shape, form, or fashion here on earth. So it's time to utilize those gifts. Very powerful energy coming in for you. Now, a few messages that your soul is really wanting to help you align with here. We do have that yoga energy and we have flexibility, so it doesn't surprise me to see this card showing up for you. A lot of you are working on healing the mind body, and body is really important for a lot of you this year as well. How does my body want to move today? When we move, we change our state and raise our vibration. This new elevated state becomes a channel for more energy. Are you moving your body daily? Are you passionate about it? Is it time to try something new? Today's soul action. How does your body want to move today? Listen and joyfully do it. You're going to find that a lot of you are feeling a little bit restless, whether it's accompanied by restless leg syndrome, or you've been maybe tossing and turning at night when you sleep. You may have a call to practice a new physical form of movement, whether through dance, yoga, tai chi, or anything that gets that body moving. It can be even hula hooping or belly dancing. It can be running, walking, but getting that circulation and flow moving, because the vibration is shifting. And if you are in an environment where you sit a lot, or maybe you already walk or stand a lot, you may be guided to shift and change that energy. Instead of just moving in one way, I feel like you're being called to move in many different ways. Be flexible, kind of like this flexibility card. It's showing up in all different areas here. Whether you feel like you're currently this rock over here, it may be time to move up here. So it's just moving that energy around is going to be very important for you. Some of you are healers because you've had to heal through an experience of your own. I find that a lot of times that we've had to overcome some sort of health issue or addiction or something challenging within our body. And it's a piece of what you have to offer the world, because you understand how to deal with this energy because you've been there. But I feel that a lot of you, this flexible energy is very important. There's change, there's that adaptability here. And this can also help us become more flexible within saying yes to new opportunities and removing or moving away from the ones that are feeling stagnant or stuck. What else do we have here for the light workers, the healers? We have here, what can I do to make a difference? Yes, this is what a lot of you are asking at this time because you're called to be of service, right? You're that healer, you're that light worker. It says, what keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Yes, we just talked about this here. So your soul action is make a difference in someone's life today, big or small. It doesn't matter because all of it makes a difference. Okay, so again, it doesn't matter if it's something tiny, you're opening a door for someone at the gas station, or if you are offering to pay for someone's coffee. Pay it forward here because this is the time that it's important to open up to receptivity, but also give without expecting anything in return, because that's how we really truly attract abundance in our lives. Okay, so you're making a difference. And the more that you contribute to those acts, which we do have here, that gratitude energy, the more that you harness these gifts and the more that you put this energy out there, the more you're going to get back from the universe. And it's not a it's not a get back. I have to do this to get anything back, but it's the law of attraction. It's good karma. You putting that out there, you're actually helping raise the vibration of the planet. So everything that you are doing right now, you are making a difference. And it's important for a lot of you to realize and understand that. You may be saying it's too small to make a difference, right? But every little droplet that adds to the ocean makes the ocean. So remember that, wonderful ones. Okay. Oh my goodness. You can't make that up. Here it is. How can I be more flexible right now? Wow. So you have here flexibility showing up. And the reason why I didn't pull these cards prior is because I have had people comment and say, can you pull them and then read? So yes, here are the synchronicities that you see quite often. Spirit's always a step ahead, which is beautiful. And it says here, what are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and trust that the outcome will be for your highest good. Today's soul action. Remind yourself all day long that you are safe and that life is happening for you and that you are not alone. Then do some yoga. Yes. Some of you are working on that root chakra, healing. There may have been some traumatic experiences that you've encountered from the ages of 0 to 7. That's when that root chakra is formed. Some of you have had to be quite independent. You may have had to actually help your parents as well. You may have been on a journey where you had to mother or father a parent or a sibling. You may have been the eldest who had to look after all of your family dynamics, or you've had to maybe take care of your alcoholic father or mother. There's just this energy of caregiving on all different forms. This is the energetic vibe, but for you, beautiful souls, on the surface, it's going to be different for each and every one of you, but know that you all are healers, okay? It says here, oh, I love this. And you literally have belief systems. So yes, another coinciding energy here. It says, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, maybe it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. That's what we were talking about in the very beginning when it comes to belief system. Remember, when you entered into this world as a baby, you didn't have all that conditioning, right? You had those needs that needed to be met by the caregivers who were around you. But as you journey on, you tend to add on layer upon layer upon layer of conditioning, social, familia, educational, friends, family, all that adds on, and it can hold us back from believing that we are enough, that we are magic, that we are joy. And that's where that inner child comes in here for you. So it's time to upgrade. Oh, I love this as well because we talk about upgrading. It says here, look your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? Again, did it come from maybe your parents telling you that you can't talk about your imaginary friends? Did it come from maybe your friends at school teasing you because you were able to connect and tune into other things that other children couldn't see? right? This is about you taking a look. Maybe it was a relationship that really demoralized you, or you felt such criticism. You may have been through a traumatic experience that you lost all lack of belief. Whatever this is for you, beautiful soul, whatever belief that was that you are ready to change, adopt a new one in its place. How will this change your results? Remember that your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. Absolutely. There's change coming in here for you, and you feel it. You feel it on that soul level. Let's take a look and see what else is coming in here. Oh, I love this. So we have the to be fair. You may have some error placements in your chart. Whenever I see the scales here, it could certainly be Libran energy, but it is about karma. It's about balance. It's about your inner world and your outer world manifesting the things that you truly desire, because you have Treasure Island here. And Treasure Island is one of the best cards in this deck here. So I'm going to just read intuitively what I'm feeling, and then I'll read the oracle message for Treasure Island, and then we'll wrap it up with some messages from the Spirit Oracle. So we have here Treasure Island. To be fair, so you may have felt inequality. You may have felt that things haven't been fair or haven't played out, or you felt like you've been doing all the good, but you're not getting it back in return. Things are really starting to balance out for you. Remember, everyone is on their own journey. They have their own human experience to live here on earth. And everything comes around. That's the circle of life, right? That's about ebb and flow. That's what this flexibility is saying here. Be flexible. Some of you may really be trying to control a situation that is difficult, because we tend to need to feel like we're in control, especially for those of you who've had a difficult childhood. We tend to manifest later in life the label, and I call them labels because that's all they are. It doesn't define who you are. It's just a label based on some experience that we've had or some conditioning. We may manifest OCD or perfectionism, or the need to have our surroundings perfect, or the need to control other people because then we feel like we have a little bit of say. That can stem from tumultuous childhoods. That can stem from feeling unstable. It can stem from having a parent that was always missing, emotionally unavailable, physically unavailable. Okay, so a lot of you are rebuilding that foundation and structure. You're breaking some generational wounding that has happened in lifetimes prior. This is about you bringing about that fairness. And even though sometimes we want that to happen in this life, it will come around. Okay, this is something that's really powerful, and you're gaining the clarity. Whenever that owl shows up here, owls are about clarity. They can see through things. They can see through the BS of what's going on in the world or what's going on in a relationship. They cut through it, right? This is that energy of you gaining clarity and getting straight to the truth of any situation that is felt unfair. But the good news is here, card 9, which is that I'm feeling 9 of Cups energy, especially because there's water around, but that's about wish fulfillment. So this is all about you enjoying the treasures that life has to offer. This is about you enjoying that magic and being able to have some happy moments, not just some, but many here on earth. You didn't come here to just be challenged. You didn't come here to live a life of anxiety and stress and work your whole life away and take care of everybody else and bend over backwards, right? Sometimes when you get into that healing energy, which if you're watching this, then you certainly are a healer, but we can tend to overcompensate, give so much of ourselves that we don't have time to fill our own cup. This is about you filling your own treasure chest here. And it's about the law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition, the results of positive thinking made manifest, abundance appearing as if from nowhere, financial gains, and the sharing of good fortune. And I'm going to read to you the oracle message as well. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance. It could be love. It could be prosperity. You put whatever you want in that category. And suddenly, in the midst of it all, beautiful souls, you'll hit that jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What must you hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. I love this coming in for you. It literally talks about the gifts. It talks about your intuition. It talks about your belief system. So everything that we have been talking about here is wrapped up here, saying your hard work and all those challenges and struggles that you have faced are paying off. Some of you have had to, I'm getting full body goosebumps here. I'm seeing some of you have dealt with either touchy subjects here, but it could be loss in such a traumatic way, unexpected ways from people around you. You may have felt blame. You may have felt guilt. You may have felt, what if I could have done more? Maybe they would still be here. It is time for you to release those burdens, because I'm tuning into some of y'all's energy here, and it's heavy. It is deep. And know with everything in your soul that you are you, and there's nothing that could have been done in a different dynamic, because that was part of the experience. Okay. And so many times that's so hard to realize. Okay. But it really is. And as I tuned into that energy, we have hello from heaven. So if you've lost a loved one due to a quick accident, or due to mental health, some struggling, some people not wanting to be here on earth any longer and have chose that exit. For those of you that have lost loved ones to cancer, for those of you that have lost pets and loved ones that have been your whole world, for those of you that have been through miscarriages or stillbirths, or have lost your children, whatever age, your parents, your family members, there is a hello from heaven coming in here. And know that you are receiving divine messages from these loved ones. Okay, saying that you are supported, you are loved, and that you have a bigger purpose than maybe you've even tapped into. And this is the year for you to shine that light bright. It says your loved ones in the spirit world want to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They know you've been thinking of them, and they're sending you signs and symbols to show how much they love you, to prove they are with you at this time. The overwhelming feeling of emotion coming in, because you are such a healer. I'm such a healer. It's all intertwined. It's all connected. Please do know that you have access to tuning into this energy at all times. The physical body leaves the world, but the soul, the energy, the essence is always going to be there, because we're all intertwined and connected. Okay. Very powerful energies coming in. They're giving me quite a few names. Let me try to keep up here. I'm getting Eloise here. I'm getting a Richard as well. What else do we have here, Spirit? Okay, I'm getting here Pap. Maybe someone's name was Papa, but short for Pap. Please take that as it resonates. I'm getting an Edward here. I'm getting a Jehovah. I'm not quite, I feel like I'm butchering this here, but Jehovah, but I feel like the J is silent here. And I know that there's Jehovah Witness, but I feel like this is a name, Jehovah. I'm getting a lot of energies coming in, a lot of names, but if I didn't mention that name, it doesn't mean that they're not here, because beautiful souls, you have this connection. A lot of you are mediums, you are channels, and you are able to connect to pets and loved ones and receive those messages from the other side. That is your gift as well. We have strength here. Wow, powerful energy. And this is about you overcoming those challenges, and not just overcoming them, but being able to help other people by you being that inspiration, by you being that trendsetter. It says strength comes from many sources. Staying strong brings confidence, conviction, and a balanced body, mind, and soul. Spirit has its own unique and beautiful way of replenishing your soul with strength on a continual basis. You're never really alone, as we are always with you. We are always with you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I'm getting the name here as well, Boots. Some of you may have had a pet or an animal named Boots as well. I'm getting here Charlie. Charlie, if that is a pet name or if it's someone's name, please take that as it resonates. The door is open for loved ones here. All right, let's see what else is coming in before we wrap up your reading. Two more here, Spirit, two more. Very deep energy. I hope a lot of you are feeling this, because yes, be vulnerable. This is a time for vulnerability. It's time for you to speak your world into being. It's time for you to share your voice. And it may seem like a lot. That's why you have this grounding energy coming in, and they're saying one more. Okay, we're going to go with the flow. Okay, that's your final card. I love it. Let's wrap it up here with these. We have vulnerability. This is confirmation that you are seeking to tread into the unknown. That's okay, because this is the time for you to do it, because you have that deep knowing that you're not alone, that you have help here, support in maybe the physical, the financial, or for sure the spiritual realms. This is confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory, where decisions are based more on intuition, which is your theme here, more on intuition than rationality. And that can be that air element here with the to be fair. So even if you are not an air sign, you may have strong air placements in your chart, or it's just you overthink, you overanalyze, and there's an energy of concern and worry and depression or anxiety, any of those fears that can sometimes creep in, because they can, all of us. It's part of this human experience, but this is time for you to trust your intuition. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. Remember what I said about childhood. Some of you may have been told or conditioned that being vulnerable is a bad thing, especially for those of you males out there. You may have been taught to man up, right? You may have been taught to don't show your feelings, don't show your emotions. Even for those of you little girls out there. And the little girls, I mean that inner child within you, whether you're a female or male, it doesn't matter here. But if you have been taught and conditioned that you must buck up, especially if you had to take care of your parents, of your siblings, of yourself, if you've been taught that you've had to be strong your whole life, and it may be foreign for you to open up these gifts and to be vulnerable. But this is vital. This is important, and this is key for you moving through this energy of change in 2023. Okay, stay open. This is your gift. Ground yourself along the way. A lot of healers, light workers, spiritual beings, especially empaths, pick up on the energy of everything going on in the world. I do apologize. We got a message coming in there. So pay attention to the energies around you. This is all about you grounding yourself in the now, but having that strong, firm, solid foundation, beautiful souls, where you are able to not feel that airy energy. Sometimes the spiritual piece comes in and it's so strong and it takes over. And it says being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient. And this is interesting that, sorry, the phone's going crazy back there. And that's a distraction. As I'm saying, I apologize. We're going to just pause for a quick moment. The timing couldn't have been perfect there. I apologize for that. Typically my phone is on silent, but literally it says here, being distracted. So again, no such thing as coincidence. Unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you could be ungrounded. So when you're letting distractions come in, right? If that, and it's interesting because my phone is always on silent. So the fact that that is showing up as I'm literally talking about this may pertain to some of you out there in particular. And it says here, now is the time to become centered. It's time to allow spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect. So whatever those distractions are, whether it's your phone, whether it's social media, whether it is your mind going a million miles a minute, whether it's you taking care of other people, responsibilities, because we all have those distractions. But this is saying it's time to pause. It's time for you to come back home to yourself, be open, be vulnerable, and sit in this energy here of strength. Okay, because you have what it takes here. And sometimes These two, strength and vulnerability, they actually go hand in hand. And some may think, well, I need to be strong. I cannot be vulnerable. If you have that belief, then I challenge you, beautiful souls, to take a look at where that belief came from and start to combine these two. Combine vulnerability with that being your greatest strength. Now, last but not least, we have let go. Let go. And it says, once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release all the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and guidance of spirit, as we have only your best intentions at heart, and will do everything in our power to protect you. Call upon those angels. Open yourself up to vulnerability, even when things feel unstable in the outside world. And I can guarantee that 2023, especially for the next few years, are going to feel like Tower Moment or Wheel of Fortune at times, or Judgment energy, and it's going to be Sun energy. So we're going to have those highs and those lows. But when we hang on to an expectation or an outcome, or we cannot remain flexible, right? Flexibility is a big thing for you here. This is about letting go of that outcome, letting go of that control piece that we talked about prior, and letting that inner child really shine their light, that magic that you have within. Okay, very powerful messages here. I was definitely being guided to do this reading for those of you that are on this healing journey. And as I said in the beginning, really all of you should be watching, because we're all on a healing spiritual journey, but some of you are taking it to that next level here, a really, really big level that could be in your career. It could be that you have some deep healing within your own self, or you may be healing a situation because you may be wondering, why am I not manifesting? What is the block? What is going on here? Please heed the advice here of spirit and know that you are on the right path. The fact that you're here alone, watching and tuning into this energy, this is a very powerful connection that we've created here as part of the Intuitive Soul Tribe. So know that you make a splash. You're not just a droplet in the ocean, which you're part of that, but you are going to make a splash here, and your presence is known in many different areas of your life. I hope this resonates with you, beautiful souls. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, comment. I would love to hear your healing journey. Just give me a little bit of whatever is going on in your healing path, or if you feel called to be that healer, you can just claim the reading in the comment box. I will look at each and every one of those. And for those of you that you go a little bit deeper, or you tell me you claim it or you're a healer, I'll even enter you into that free monthly reading giveaway where I draw one lucky winner around the first of each month. Just post that in the comment box that you affirm the reading, that this resonates. Tell me about your healing journey, or what kind of healing work that you are doing on yourself or towards the world. I read each and every one of your comments. And for those of you that would like a personal reading, you can find that in the description box, along with all of the cards used. You can find all of that information below. Thank you so much for being here. Lots of love and light.